Hello, military and aerospace enthusiasts. Welcome to our channel, Deep Dive Defense. Over here we take a deep look from unusual angles, which may challenge your mind. So let's dive right in. Today's video continues our deep look at the Su-35 superflanker, focusing on its forthcoming role in revitalizing the Iranian Air Force and serving as a critical new asset within Iran's air defense force structure. In the first part of this series, we concentrated on what distinguishes the Su-35 from other fighter jets and why Iran chose this fighter. Iran faces regional and extra-regional adversaries that have consistently allocated substantial defense resources to conventional air power over several decades. In contrast, Iran has centered its offensive strategy around missiles and drones, while dedicating the past 20 years to strengthening an integrated ground-based air defense system. An air superiority fighter would give Iran's air defense structure an offensive asset which increases its reach. Iran's vast territorial expanse has always necessitated long-range fighters capable of remaining on combat air patrol for extended periods and executing high-speed interception dashes toward intruders. To enhance the survivability of its fighter fleet and leverage its geographical size, Iran strategically located its fighter jet bases deep within the country's central heartland. These bases, positioned hundreds of kilometers from the nearest borders, provide passive protection for the rather soft and exposed operational hubs of its air power. Consequently, Iran favors fighter jets capable of covering the significant distances between central air bases and border regions. These aircraft must conduct combat air patrols, enter adversary airspace when necessary, operate, and still make it safely to their base. In the 1970s, Iran's solution was the US-made F-14 Tomcat, a high-end, complex, and extremely expensive fighter jet, which Iran uniquely procured as its only export user. At the time, the Tomcat was unparalleled in its ability to operate long-range air-to-air missiles. Thus, Iran adopted the concept of deploying a long-range interceptor that could launch weapons from secure distances, capitalizing on technological superiority. While the Su-35 was acquired with a similar motivation, it operates in an entirely different class. From a kinematic perspective, the Su-35 vastly outperforms the Tomcat in both range and sustained speed. As outlined in the first video, the superflanker is a long-range, high-altitude air superiority fighter. It is equipped with advanced long-range missiles capable of engaging targets far beyond the effective range of adversary air-to-air missiles. The aircraft's aerodynamics enable it to sprint toward the opponent's air assets at exceptional speeds, launch missiles from safe distances outside enemy reach, and disengage quickly at high speeds and altitudes to ensure survivability. The Su-35 excels in so-called F-pole engagements, where its ability to fly higher and faster than opponents allows it to launch missiles at reduced atmospheric drag and with higher initial speed. This capability is pivotal in beyond visual range, BVR, aerial warfare, and only a select few fighter jets globally, such as the Sukhoi 57, MiG-31, F-22, and F-15, can effectively operate in this high-altitude regime. In the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Russian Sukhoi 35s have demonstrated their utility by compelling Ukrainian strike aircraft to avoid high altitudes, where air-launched weapons achieve significantly greater ranges. This conflict revealed that the Sukhoi 35 can be equipped with R-37 long-range air-to-air missiles, which dramatically outranges the US AIM-120 AMRAAM in nearly all engagement scenarios. Meanwhile, Iran has independently pursued the development of heavy long-range air-to-air missiles similar to the R-37. Iran's Fakhor F-90 missile family, initially developed for the F-14 Tomcat and based on the US AIM-54 Phoenix, exemplifies this effort. While earlier versions of the Fakhor F-90 lagged behind the Phoenix in range, the F-90B version is believed to achieve similar performance. Although this variant may still fall short of the R-37's performance, its development underscores Iran's position as one of the few nations advancing very long-range air-to-air missile development. It remains unclear whether Russia will supply the R-37 alongside the Sukhoi 35 to Iran. However, it is highly likely that a future variant of the Fakhor F-90 will be integrated into Iran's Sukhoi 35 fleet. This integration is vital, as the Sukhoi 35 can carry up to 6 such heavy missiles. In BVR combat, the number of missiles carried is critical to operational success, particularly given the likely limited size of Iran's Sukhoi 35 fleet. To ensure sufficient kill probabilities and counter the numerically superior adversary forces, these heavy missiles must be launched in considerable quantities, without constraints due to available arsenal concerns. In long-range BVR warfare, the Su-35 superflanker boasts a critical feature: its high-powered Urbis radar system. This radar, equipped with the capability to tilt its array to an extreme off-bore sight angle, works in tandem with electronic scanning, enabling the aircraft to track a target while effectively maneuvering away. When combined with missiles like the R-37 or Fakor F-90B, which are equipped with active radar homing seekers, this feature allows the Su-35 to update target positions via its radar while disengaging. This capability, vital for hit-and-run and long-range engagement tactics, is unique to only a few advanced fighter jets. The main sensor of the Su-35, the Urbis Passively Electronically Steered Array (PESA) radar, has faced criticism in the public sphere for not being a more modern Active Electronically Steered Array (AESA) radar. However, in reality, it is among the most powerful fighter jet radars in existence. Not widely known is its hybrid design. It emits signals as a PESA radar but receives them as an AESA. This design grants it the sensitivity of an AESA radar while maintaining the cost efficiency of a PESA, delivering the high power output levels otherwise achievable only with expensive gallium nitride transceiver modules. When integrated with advanced ground-based air defense assets featuring counter-stealth sensors, such as those Iran operates, the Urbis radar can be cued to lock onto low observable targets more effectively. Concentrating its emission power, it can establish stable lock-ons at relatively extended ranges. Yet the Urbis is not the Su-35's only sensor for detecting low observable targets like the F-35. The Su-35 is also equipped with a high-performance infrared search and track (IRST) system. Unlike radar, which performance can be degraded by stealth techniques or jammed, the IRST detects low observable aircraft in the infrared spectrum, where stealth fighters are as visible as conventional ones. This system can hence allow the passive launch of the R-37 and Fakor F-90 air-to-air missiles, which rely on their active radar homing seekers to lock onto targets in the missile's terminal phase. As the missile approaches, the radar's efficiency increases exponentially with proximity to the target. Additionally, these missiles approach their targets from above, exploiting a less optimized angle in stealth aircraft designs. The Su-35 also benefits from additional sensors like an L-band radar array integrated into the leading edges of its wings. Though not as precise as the main radar, this sensor may be capable to provide sufficiently accurate positional data to guide active radar homing seeker missiles towards stealth targets. All these counter-low observable techniques are important in a hypothetical conflict scenario involving Iran's primary regional adversary, Israel. Iran operates an extensive network of stationary and mobile VHF and HF-band early warning radars capable of detecting stealth aircraft, such as the F-35 at standoff distances of several hundred kilometers outside its airspace. When these radars detect incoming threats, Su-35s can be scrambled from central air bases, flying at supersonic speeds, attempting to intercept them. Attacking from high altitudes and utilizing its capable sensors, the superflanker can launch volleys of long-range air-to-air missiles, such as the R-37, well beyond the engagement range of AMRAAM-equipped F-35. Once the missiles are on their way, the Su-35s can disengage at high speeds, maintain radar locks while retreating, leveraging their F-pole advantage. This operational strategy allows the Su-35 to effectively counter incoming air raids before adversaries enter launch locations around Iran's borders, allowing for the neutralization of standoff weapon launches. As mentioned, to protect its limited fleet of Su-35, Iran has strategically positioned its central air bases, such as Isfahan, more than 600 kilometers from its borders. But additionally, Iran has constructed underground air bases, such as the Ogab 44 facility, built into mountains with reinforced concrete runways. These bases enhance survivability by passively protecting the fleet from enemy strikes, with the Su-35 being able to utilize its short takeoff capabilities if runways are damaged. The combination of all these features highlight why the Su-35 is uniquely suited to Iran's specific defense needs. This aircraft is neither obsolete or comparable to most other fighter jets, save for a select few like the Sukhoi 57, MiG-31, and F-22. In a potential conflict with Israel, the Sukhoi 35 would enable the Iranian Air Force to operate over Iraq and Syria, intercepting standoff weapon attempts targeting Iran. Even a small fleet of these aircraft would be sufficient to force adversaries to abort missions, effectively neutralizing their attacks, as well as holding their support aircrafts, like aerial tankers, at risk. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video and like our work, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. We will try our best to answer your comments. Your support would be greatly appreciated and motivates to produce more content in the future. Thank you, and have a great day.